to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be trying something different, something I've not done before. Um, I've used whey in bread and things like that, but normally I just give the whey to my dogs, my cats, my chickens. It's good for their gut health. But I made a bunch of yogurt yesterday, and I've got almost a half a gallon of whey. And I was reading about how you can turn this into a caramel sauce. Never tried it before, so let's get started and see how it turns out. Since this whey is from a yogurt, I don't need to add any citric acid to it. Now, if it was a cheese whey, you would need to add like lemon juice or a little bit of vinegar to it. But this is a sweet yogurt. Not a sweet yogurt. I make plain Greek yogurt. But since this is yogurt, I don't, according to what I've saw and what I've read, I don't have to add any lemon juice. You could if you want, but you don't have to. So this is going to take a little while. It's really easy. It's just your whey, sugar, vanilla, and butter. But what you want to do is you want to take your whey. I'm going to put it in my pan here. Let me get this poured in here real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the stove, put it on medium-low, and we're going to let this reduce by half. This could take a while. They said it could take anywhere up to almost 2 hours. But you don't want to rush this process because you will burn the whey, I guess, or overheat it. I don't know. I'm just trying this for the first time. So let's get this on and get this going. And I will give it a stir every now and then just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of my pan. And we're just going to let this start reducing down. We'll be back. I have been simmering my whey for about an hour now. So I'm going to take some of my brown sugar here. Because I had almost a gallon of whey, it has simmered down, but I want to take a cup of brown sugar. Just kind of pack it down a little bit. I'm going to put that in with the whey. I'm going to start just take a whisk and mix that in. Oh, it's already starting to change to a darker, drop my lid, darker caramel color. Let me see if I can show you. Now we are going to have to cook this down for a while longer, but I want to go ahead and add a couple of teaspoons of butter. Don't use ghee, use butter. The ghee will separate in here and the butter will melt in. Just a couple of teaspoons. I'm going to give this a mix. Now you're going to want to watch this and let it just get that sugar dissolved, and then don't mess with it because you don't want to crystallize the sugar. So keep it low and steady. All right, we are gonna wait a while longer. This, like I said, it takes a process. It takes a good bit of time, but it's worth it, I think. If it tastes as good as it smells, it'll be worth it. This process reminds me of boiling down maple syrup. You know how you can get a 5-gallon bucket of sap, and then you have to boil it and boil it and boil it to boil the water out of it. That is what this reminds me of. I have been simmering this for a little over 2 hours now, and we are down. It's a thin caramel. I'm going to have to get a spoon so you can see that. But it smells amazing. Let me grab a spoon. I'll be right back. I also still need to add see how thin it is? It's more of a syrup, a maple syrup than anything. Or caramel syrup. I'll get it out here in a minute. Not maple.
I'll do my eyes open.
Sorry, my kid's just being a kid. Okay, I thought I had the lid off of that. I just thought I spilled vanilla all down my front. So now we're going to take some vanilla. Measure with your heart. Pour that in there. Put this all mixed in here. Now, there's not going to be a whole lot of this caramel. I know I started out with almost a half a gallon of whey. but it has cooked down a lot. Okay. It's a nice, rich, dark color. I don't know if you can actually see that. There. So now we are going to let this cool before I jar it up. So we'll be back again. So the caramel has cooled down. I'm going to jar it up here. I've got my little mason jar. I'm going to pour this in here. It's not going to be enough to fill this container. I know that. Oh. Here, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Here, set that over there. Set that over there. I know. Here, hold this. I need you to gently scrape the caramel out and get it all in here for me.
I think it's gonna need to cool a little while.
It's already cooled a good bit. That's why I'm able to jar it. So it is thickening up a little bit as it cools. Just do this.
Good thing, right?
And it does have, it's got a very strong caramel flavor, and then afterward you've got that Greek yogurt flavor coming through. So it's a little tart. It's not, when you think of caramel, it's not the caramel like you would get from the store, but it is delicious. I think it would be wonderful on like pancakes or waffles, even over a sliced up apple or ice cream. And since it is made with the whey from the yogurt, it's a little bit better for you. It has less of the preserve. Yes, there is sugar in here. I know that. But it's got less of the preservatives and additives that you would get from the caramel you would buy at the store. But it is delicious. It is so good. Very good. And out of that almost half gallon of whey, we've almost got a pint of caramel syrup. Thank you for joining me today, and happy cooking.